I'll do it for you.
Hello, I'm John Rossi. I'm a touring drummer with a passion for animal conservation. When I'm on the road, I spend as much time as possible visiting zoos, aquariums, and conservation organizations. Now, I want to share those places with you. I'll be talking to keepers, vets, conservationists, anyone who can help me in my mission of connecting my people to animals through their people. Join me on my Rossifari. Hello, and welcome back to another panda-centric episode of the Rossifari podcast. So, this is the one, y'all. This is the episode that launched the episode and the video and all the things that went viral. I know I put that episode out first. Obviously I'm talking about me drumming with Emily the elephant at Buttonwood Park Zoo. But this was the moment of its inception. And, I think it's kind of funny. When I scheduled stuff with Buttonwood Park, I was very clear that I was hoping to include the red pandas, Jacob and Marie, on an episode. And that's this episode. And my contact person there, Sarah, who you will also hear on this episode, was incredible about it and was like, yeah, totally. We can go and hang out with the pandas and you can interview one of their keepers and blah, blah, blah. And I thought that was going to be the best part of the whole thing. And of course, it was while I was doing the panda interview, as you will hear here, that I first learned about elephants drumming at Buttonwood Park Zoo, and that whole thing launched. It's still going crazy. We're over 40 million views between the two main videos, and I can't believe that all of that stemmed from this, something completely different and really just an excuse for me to meet and hang out with, and educate my audience about more red pandas. So yeah, I'm excited to share this one. It's a lot of fun. So you may remember from my episode with Emily, but in case you don't, I had some interviews set up at Buttonwood Park Zoo. And I was driving there when I found out that most of the people I was going to interview were sick or had family emergencies. These things happen. And so I asked Sarah if I could still come. And I literally thought I was just going to not do any interviews and maybe hang out with pandas for a minute, or maybe just hang out at the zoo. It's never a bad day to just hang out at the zoo. And in the hour that it took me to get there from that moment, Sarah had gone through and set up a bunch of interviews for me, and I ended up having this crazy awesome day. But it was so unexpected that I literally just kind of whipped out my iPhone and recorded stuff. And so, yeah, this is one of those episodes where we're behind the scenes and on exhibit the entire time. We're recording on an iPhone. You're going to get to hear some activity, some things happen. We may paint with pandas a little bit, maybe some feeding going on, that kind of stuff. And it's just, I know y'all love it when we can be with the animals for these episodes. And this entire episode is that. So I'm really, really just happy to have this one out there. This is in America. This is the week of Thanksgiving, and I am wildly thankful that I get to do these kinds of things. So yeah, it's that timed out pretty well. Totally didn't do that on purpose, but I'll run with it. All right. So before we get to the interview, I want to remind you all to make sure that you hit subscribe. Also, it's been a while. If y'all don't mind going onto whatever podcast app you listen on and giving the show a 5-star rating, that would be awesome. And if you could take even just 30 seconds to write a quick little review, it really helps people find this podcast. Okay. So if you want to help Rossifari grow, that is the easiest way to do that. Leave me a rating, leave me a review, and you're helping. And that's cool. And I read all of them and they mean a lot to me. They really do. Well, not the one that was like a bot, but all of the actual human ones totally mean a lot to me, and I'm super appreciative. So if you could take the time to do that, that'd be cool. Another way you can support the pod is by going to patreon.com/Rossifari. For as little as $3 a month, you can support the podcast and get bonus audio from some of the episodes and good stuff like that. So, if you're willing, I'm open to it. I'd love to see you over there. It'd be cool. And all right, so let's talk about the interview. I am bringing you today my interview with a red panda keeper named Steph Durette-Medeiros. And let me tell y'all, if you think I'm passionate about red pandas, wait until you hear her excitement. We're going to be talking about the two pandas that live at Buttonwood Park Zoo, Jacob and Marie. But a lot of you who like pandas may remember that Jacob and Marie had a cub that is no longer at Buttonwood Park Zoo. But you'll get to find out a little bit about where Kodo went and hear a whole lot about what Kodo's early life at Buttonwood Park was like. There are some really cool red panda rearing moment stories in this episode. And even though I didn't get to, meet Kodo on this one, it was really, really cool to learn more about her personality, and how Jacob and Marie functioned as parents. It's pretty exciting. So you have all of that to look forward to as soon as I shut up. So I'm going to do that. And without further ado, here is my interview with Steph Durette-Medeiros from Buttonwood Park Zoo. All right. So we are currently heading into the Red Panda Night House, which would be more exciting if it wasn't day. But so why don't we start off by you telling me who you are and where we are?
Sure. My name is Stephanie Durette-Medeiros, and I am one of the keepers here at the Buttonwood Park Zoo. And we are in the Red Panda Night House, as John has said. So this is a newer exhibit. We've built it about 4 or 5 years ago. And we had a lot of help from a lot of our community engagement people. Our society side does a lot with them, and they were able to get a lot of this built. And it is one of our more modern holdings. We are an older zoo, so we do have some older holdings. So this one is in pretty good shape. We have a chute system with a squeeze that goes outside, has outside access and inside access to both bedrooms. We have these fantastic little skylights, which I absolutely love. It's fantastic.
Nice.
On all weather days when these guys do have access, because we give our pandas access if it gets above 80 degrees. So they are spoiled in that regard. They also, if they don't like the humidity, if they're showing any signs of heat distress or anything like that, they'll get access. And then in wintertime, we also give them access if it gets too cold or it's raining, because they get really pathetic. They really do. They get really pathetic. And we do have a couple other fun things in here. We have a camera system that we can monitor our nest box and the bedrooms. We are working on getting in a couple outdoor cameras set up as well. So that way we can have overnight monitoring if we do have cubs and when we do have cubs, which was fantastic when we had our baby Kodo.
And we will talk about Kodo. I know you need to.
Yeah.
It's not even want, it's need.
No, it's need.
Yes. Yeah.
We also have, trying to think of other fun features in here.
Well, I'm seeing
It's
something.
pretty cool.
I'm seeing a thing that says Red Panda Enrichment, and there are paint brushes. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's fun. So we do a lot of variety of different enrichment with our red pandas. We do all the basics, your sensory, your physical, your toys, all that stuff. But we also do a lot of training with them. And besides their medical behaviors, these guys are voluntary injection trained. They're trained to listen for a stethoscope. They're trained for ultrasound, full body touching by the vets. We're just working on blood draws now, tail blood draws.
Nice, very
which is
good.
really exciting.
Yeah.
Jacob's doing really well with it. Marie's finally getting better. But painting is definitely one of our favorites. It's a mess. So we do both paw prints, because paw prints are a standard one. And these guys are completely desensitized to paint. They don't care. They will paint whatever I ask them to paint with their paws, especially Jacob. He's like, whatever, you got a grape, I'll do it for you. I love him. Marie is a little bit more delicate.
Okay.
And she will actually hold a brush.
Oh my gosh.
So she'll hold a brush.
Okay, does she use the pseudo thumb, or does she, how does that work?
She uses the pseudo thumb.
That's awesome.
Yep, so she'll use the pseudo thumb. We have the paintbrush is modified so we can shove a piece of apple in it to assist for days where she is not totally into it.
Sure, that's cool.
I can actually I think I even have paint in here.
Oh my goodness.
We can play with that if they come over.
Oh my goodness.
So we can play with a little bit of that while we're out there. We'll just practice. It's always good to practice.
Yep.
Learning behaviors are something that need to be reinforced regularly. I'm going to my lovely assistant. That's me. You're like, yes. Technically,
That's
I don't
awesome.
need to use real paint, but it's just more fun to use real paint.
Yeah, sure.
And messy.
That makes it fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So Marie is fantastic at that. Jacob is learning. He's a little more expressive in his painting style, and he likes to throw the brush.
Okay.
So he'll grab it and then he'll chuck it. So we'll see how they do today.
You want to pause for a second? Do you want me to get a real canvas? I can have someone bring one from my office.
Do you want to paint?
I mean, yes, I want a panda painting. Yes, that would be amazing. You're awesome. Thank you. Do I want a panda painting?
I bring my cell phone. Society to society.
So, yeah, no, they're a lot of fun, these two. So we do the painting. Where we also have air conditioning in here. We keep the temperature about 65. It's a dehumidifier, all basic stuff.
Now, is that for them, or is that so that when it's a hot day, y'all can come in and take, a little panda break?
I'm not going to say I haven't taken advantage of it, especially this summer. The summer was terrible.
Yeah.
The humidity was ridiculous. So, Jacob needs a snack, or Marie needs a little extra attention. I'm not going to argue with that at all.
That's fair.
Yeah, no. Anytime we can get into a climate-controlled building, especially when, I don't want to hang out in the rainforest building when it's 90 degrees out. Today, it would be lovely.
Yeah.
But
Today is a lovely day, by the way. I'm a fall guy. So, I got out of the car here and I was like, pandas and fall. Yes. Plus, I like to think of them as pumpkin spice raccoons. So, that's my favorite term for red pandas. So,
we actually tried, last year we did, I don't know if it ever went on Facebook, one of our Facebook coordinator, social media coordinator, whatever her title is, terrible at that. Titles are terrible.
Oh, titles are hard.
She wanted to try to gauge reactions of all the animals with pumpkin spice. So I grabbed the container of pumpkin spice, opened the top, and Jacob's face was horrified, and Marie ran away from it. They were both like, nope, pumpkin spice is not my thing.
Okay, so what we have
We're
just...
like, this is basic.
I was just going to say, what we've just established is that red pandas are not basic. Yes.
No.
This is a scientific inquiry, and we now know that red pandas are not basic. I like it.
No, they did. They totally have much more complex flavor tones and profiles.
Fair. They are the only, I think, mammal that, or non-primate mammal that we know of that can taste fake sugar, like stevia and Splenda and that kind of stuff. There's been studies done, not with all species yet, but they're the only ones that are not primates that can taste that stuff.
Really?
Which I think is cool because I always put stevia in my iced coffee. So, just another way
So
I'm
you're
bonded.
basically part panda,
Yeah,
is what you're telling us?
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, real sugar all the way.
Fair.
No
fair.
cane sugar, raw sugar, brown sugar. I don't care. It's going to be real sugar.
As long as it's sugar.
As long as it's sugar. Jason.
So let me ask you, while we're here, I'm noticing four different target poles, 3 different colors of one size, and then a big pill-shaped size one.
Yep.
Do they have different purposes, or is it just for enrichment, or?
So the big pill-shaped one, so we call that a buoy.
Okay.
That one we were specifically using for ultrasound training.
Okay.
Because it was larger and more awkward of a shape to try to get Marie used to being ultrasound trained. We didn't actually... we only needed to use it for 30 seconds. And then she was like, okay, put the gel on me. I don't care.
Nice.
She was absolutely fantastic. She is amazing when it comes to our ultrasound training. The other 3 are just, when we had 3 pandas, we wanted to make sure that we had enough target pools for everybody.
Sure.
Because it is one of the basic behaviors that we do try to teach everybody.
Right.
Jacob especially likes... That was one of the ways that we were like, we could totally get them to hold a paintbrush, was he was grabbing the target pole and just hanging onto it and not letting go. So we're like, we can totally reinforce this behavior and we're going to capture it. And then he's like, no, now you're making me work for this.
Oh,
so
that's
he's
funny.
like, target pole will hold. Paintbrush, I got to work a little harder. But no, the colors don't indicate anything. They don't care either way anyway. They're are just the colors that I like.
Yeah, that's cool. Purple's my favorite color. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got the purple one. The orange one was the first one that I ever used. So
Nice.
they migrated into here 11 years ago.
So while we're waiting and while we were talking about ultrasound, there are 2 pandas here now, but there were 3. One is now in Birmingham. So tell me about your first panda cub here.
So our first panda cub was amazing. They heard me squeaking from all the way across the zoo when I discovered her. So we knew that Marie was pregnant, and we knew that she was having a singleton because we had been doing ultrasound training on her. We were not entirely prepared for how soon she gave birth because the ultrasound was not, it was our first time ultrasounding red pandas, and it wasn't as conclusive as we would have liked.
It is also wildly hard with red pandas. There's a lot of thick fur, and yes, and also the baby's really tiny.
They're really tiny. Yeah. So we were not entirely sure when she was giving birth. We were expecting another 2 weeks, but we were on baby watch. We were prepared just in case.
Of course.
And Marie had access to holding and the exhibit because we like to give them free access as much as we possibly can. And I came in. I checked on the cameras, and she actually gave birth at like 7 something, and I came in at 8 to check. So I literally just missed the birth and everything. So I walked in the door, and there's Marie sitting on top of her nest box looking like, what just happened? She was like, I don't know what's going on. And all I hear is squeaking. And it's just like, squeak. It was so cute. It was adorable. So I called my other red panda keeper, one of the other red panda keepers, Mike, over because he's taller than I am. And I want to be as least invasive. And Marie is his girlfriend.
Okay, fair.
So his wife knows this. To take a peek up there. And he was like, you're right. There's a munchkin there. There's a baby. We called her a sweet potato.
Fair.
When she was born, she was about the size of a sweet potato.
Nice.
A little one. And then I made I went outside. I was polite and did not scream in Marie's face. Made the radio call to our managers and vet staff, and it was love at first sight.
I bet it was. That's
amazing. She was amazing, and getting to hold a baby panda for the first time is definitely one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love all pandas, but baby pandas are special, and the ones I've gotten to interact with are just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're absolutely ridiculous.
So, and you got an extra year, because a lot of times they move on pretty quickly, but because of COVID and everything, so you had Kodo for 2 years, right?
We had Kodo for 2 years, and that was a heartbreaking move when she finally left. That was rough.
No doubt. But always for the good of the species and important and all of that. And I know you know that, but I want y'all listening.
It's incredibly important. And the keepers at Birmingham are great. They keep in touch. They're absolutely fantastic. I follow them on Facebook and all of those places. And
amazing.
So it's really good to have the inter-zoo connections as well.
Yeah.
It's like you bond over your pandas.
Oh, yeah. As I travel around and go and see pandas in new places, I send pictures to their keepers, and it makes them feel good. And
it does.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love being able to do that.
Because we absolutely love that. We want to know what's going on with our babies.
Absolutely.
And where they end up going. Kodo was hilarious from the get-go. She was just an adorable little roly-poly. And when she finally started moving around, we started giving her some enrichment. Her first enrichment item was a cardboard tube.
Okay.
With nothing in it. And
nice.
She destroyed it. And it was hilarious. Like she would chew on it and she'd throw the pieces. And it was so cute. And Marie was a fantastic mom. Nice. She was absolutely amazing. It was really fun. So we ended up putting some training perching in for Kodo to start learning how to climb while she was in here and stuff. And Marie would be like, all right, I'm taking you to the highest perch. Boop. Can you hold on? And Kodo was like, I got it.
Nice.
But Marie was very firm with her and made sure that she was able to get everywhere before we were able to. And once she could climb everywhere, Marie could knock her off a branch and she would hold on really well. We were able to let her outside. We did not let her out with our male Jacob initially, just because we weren't quite sure how he would react because he's a jealous man.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, he is. But he is. So we got out onto exhibit and she had so much fun. She was just going everywhere. When we introduced her to Jacob did not know what to make with her because she loved him.
Aww.
She followed him everywhere. She mimicked every behavior he did. He would climb the mesh. He'd be on the ceiling, and she'd be like, I do that too. I try. She would try so hard to be everywhere with him, and it was absolutely adorable and hilarious. Until the one day she got stuck. We have you'll see it when we get out there. There was a post where we had a camera for a little while from one of the local news channels had a live feed.
Right.
And she was like, I'm going to go on that. And the adults had never been on it. And they're like, we don't care what this thing is. And she's like, I'm going to go up there. And she could not get down.
Oh, no.
We were like, we'll see what happens. We're going to see if mom can go and get her. And she was screaming. You could hear her from across the zoo. And she was upset. And Marie was chattering back at her. And she's like, come on. Just come this way. And finally, Jacob went up to her, climbed the mesh, and was like, dude, this is what you do. Up the mesh, down the mesh. And she was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome. She learned from Jacob. I was waiting for the rescue story, but that's such a cool story.
Nope. She learned from
awesome.
Jacob. So she learned a lot of the behaviors she learned she is a fantastic mix of both of her parents.
Right.
Like, she has a very sweet personality. She's way more rambunctious than either of them. She's as intelligent as Marie and just as charismatic as Jacob is. So
that's awesome.
It was really fun working with her for those 2 years.
Very cool.
They took me in one time we were doing a photo shoot for our upcoming Halloween event at the zoo. And we were doing some paintings or something like that. And Steph said, come in. And I'm standing in there. And both Steph and the other zookeeper said, I want to warn you, Kodo is a jumper. And I was like, oh, fantastic. So so if she's behind you, you may just want to turn because she's likely to jump on you.
Yeah, I have had a few cubs on these shoulders just because of that. Yeah, it's not on purpose, but there they are.
They're just a thing.
That is great advice.
Yeah.
Very careful that she doesn't jump on me.
When we first got Jacob, he was a climber. He would love to try to climb your legs and stuff. So we broke that behavior pretty quickly. That's because they do have sharp little nails.
Oh, yeah. My only scar is from a red panda.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I was feeding 3, and one was jealous and took my hand and clawed it back. And it wasn't even malicious. It was just my food now.
Yeah.
And I was not gonna, fight a panda. Yeah. So I got pulled and cut open a little bit. It's fine, whatever. I don't care. These things happen. But
that's how they work.
I love that I've met all these alpha predators and such. Mm-hmm. And the scar that I have is from a red panda. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Now, I have one other question before we go out there. And by the way, everyone listening, you should all be very proud of me because I'm being patient and talking rather than just running, squealing to the pandas. So you're welcome. I am a professional drummer. That's what I do for a living. Oh. And I walk into this room and I see a floor tom, which is a type of drum, with a drumstick on it. And I need to know why my favorite thing other than red pandas is in my favorite thing's habitat, because that's very confusing to me.
It is very confusing. Well, we were using it for a table. No, that's not the number.
I mean, no. But to be fair, half the time that you walk in, if you see me in a rehearsal hall, I've got an iced coffee sitting on one of my drums or something. They make good tables. Yeah,
they do. It's really convenient. So when we're not using it, we do use it for the table, but our elephant keepers use this for our elephants. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, they do. The elephants will drum on it, and then the keepers will drum on it as well. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
They both love it.
That's really neat.
That's for episode 2.
Yeah, no, that's...
Episode 2, we will have you drum with the elephants.
Yes, that sounds absolutely incredible. That would be amazing.
Because it's a lot of fun. It's a good experience. Yeah. They really enjoy it. But we have a couple things that they drum on. Besides actual drums, they'll drum on barrels and tubes and stuff like that.
So will I.
Whatever.
Drummers, it's what we do. But I'm sitting here staring at a drum and a stick in a red panda habitat. And I'm like, have I just, that's everything. That's my life. Yeah. This is literally what heaven will be.
Buttonwood Park Zoo, literal heaven. That will be our new tagline.
That will also be the title of the episode, probably.
That's fantastic.
Love it.
But yeah, so if you want to grab a glove, because obviously you're going to have to get to feed a panda.
Yes.
While you're out there.
That is important.
The unfortunate things of having to come.
Okay.
Yes. Sarah, you're going to be my assistant in our painting attempt.
I love it.
I am so excited about all of this. I am going to keep audio running and recording here. And just like I said, I'll edit out, silences or whatever. But do you have like a phone where maybe we could get some video of the painting?
Bring my phone.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Do you have your phone or? Because it would just be good to get some video as well.
Because my case is so scratched up from
Oh.
well,
Life. Yeah.
life. Or
Pandas.
Yeah.
pandas.
That's fair.
Actually, my last one was cracked from a fennec fox.
Nice.
Mine I cracked while I took it out of the case to take a video of somebody who was having a leg injury, and it fell directly into a cup of Chlorohex. It cracked my phone, and it was waterlogged for like
Oh, that's
a
unfortunate.
little bit. It's just not going to be
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can get pictures too. I just can't do
Okay.
video. So
No
if we can get some
video,
video and then
So you need video.
No, yeah, video is what I need. Yeah. I'm communicating real well today.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
I don't usually wake up in the morning. I'm a musician.
Yeah.
But, this was an early one
It's
for
11
me.
o'clock.
Yeah, but I drove 3 hours. I was up
You
before
came
7.
from New Hampshire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
And I know that y'all wake up at those hours. I respect that. Actually, the hardest thing about doing this podcast as a musician is I'll play a show the night before,
Yeah.
get in real late, and then have like an 8 o'clock, meeting or something or 9. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Anything for the pod.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unique. We'll call it unique.
And,
Okay.
and depending on the animal, usually we're like, actually, if you come in the morning,
Yeah.
it's the best time to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. It's like, do you want private time and come in early and meet the pandas, or just an interview? And I'm like, I'll be there.
I mean, you picked a good day because it is a nice, cool day, and
And
we don't have
toe jam.
we don't have toe jam.
We usually have a kids band playing right over on our lawn that we walked by, which would have been very disruptive to this process.
I am wildly grateful that we don't have that kind of toe jam, or really any other kind of toe jam.
I
So,
mean, toe
yeah.
jam's pretty gross. No, I like toe jam. The band.
The band.
The
The band is fun. I love
Band
green
is
light
fun.
logo.
Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Oh my gosh.
He's also been great.
Hello already.
Hi.
Hi.
You've been standing.
Have you been waiting?
Oh yeah.
I would say patiently, but no, just waiting.
Just waiting.
He's like, yep, less talking, more giving me apples.
That is
Do you
fair.
want me to take video of the painting, or do you want me to take videos of sort of everything?
Oh, just the painting is fine, but if you grab some feeding, I won't complain. But the painting is the main thing I'm curious about.
Have you done this with a panda?
No, I have not done painting. I'm very excited.
Here, Steph.
I'm wildly excited.
Hi, Jacob. So this is Jacob. This is my husband.
Hi.
My real husband does know that.
That's
we're
okay.
actually making jokes that our first child is going to be a redhead because so we know what happens when.
That's fair.
So Jacob here is a 5-year-old red panda, and he has a very. Did you eat that too fast? You totally ate that too fast. You can wait. You don't have to chug it. He has a very interesting personality. He's very friendly. He's very outgoing. He's in your face sometimes, a little rude.
Not Jacob.
He definitely has a very boisterous personality.
Fair. Me too, Jacob. So I'm with you on that one.
And he is probably one of the most food motivated animals I've ever worked with.
What? A panda that likes food?
Yeah, right? But he's also one of the most picky food motivated animals I've ever
That's
worked
interesting.
with. He does not like any apple except Red Delicious.
Okay. All right. Are you a diva?
A little bit.
Do we like green grapes in red or only the red?
Occasionally he'll eat the green grapes.
See, this I have heard before. Yeah. It's one or the other.
Yeah, he likes his red grapes.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, he'll also eat sweet potato, blueberry, and other things without any hesitation. And
Well, that's
he'll be like,
good.
whatever. And he loves his biscuits,
That's good.
which a lot of pandas don't.
No, I know. Yeah.
Um,
How does he do with bamboo? I keep hearing about pandas that don't actually like bamboo that much, which seems really weird to me, but they're healthy, so I don't know.
Yeah, so it's really funny because we get our bamboo from a couple different sources. It grows natively here in New England. Not natively, but you can plant it.
No,
and
right.
it'll grow
I know what you
invasively
mean.
here in
Oh.
New England.
Hi, beautiful.
Thank you for that.
Marie, come on down.
Marie, are you pooping?
So,
You're pooping.
hi, sweetheart.
No, she's balancing. That's not the poop vlog.
Yeah, they do poop in the vlog.
Yeah, I do love latrine.
These guys are very well latrinated.
I did think she did.
There we go.
How beautiful.
And she is gorgeous.
She really is.
So Marie is our 4-year-old red panda. Jacob's girlfriend, real girlfriend.
Yes, and with a breeding wreck again.
With a breeding wreck again. So we are very excited. I'm very hopeful of all that will come with that. I mean, you guys can both over here and share.
Y'all are real cute together.
They are adorable. And they will... So I know
He's such a
generally
good boy.
in the wild, red pandas are considered solitary. They don't always like the company of others. Even when we had Kodo, these guys were very much a family unit, which was very interesting to me.
Aw, that's really cool.
They would hang out together. They would snuggle together. They would groom each other.
That's really fascinating.
They would play together. Jacob and Kodo would especially. They would be absolutely adorable playing with a lot of different things.
So I have a question for you about that.
Yeah.
Since you had to separate the two for a while, Marie and Jacob, as Kodo was, learning to panda. And did you notice any behaviors? Did they seem to miss each other, or did anything change, or were they still good solitary? They just also do really well together.
So Marie had access to Jacob for a little while. We would give her a couple hours out.
Oh, that's adorable.
When
I
Kodo
really love
was
that.
sleeping or whatever, being a baby. So she was able to still have a relationship with Jacob, which was great. We did have to separate Jacob and Kodo for the last breeding season just because we didn't want any accidental daddy.
Yeah. We're not supposed to breed them when we're not supposed to breed them. Yeah. I know. You're like, oh no, we left the gate open. Shucks. Yeah, no. Responsible breeding is important, even if it's fun to joke around about the other. Of course, no. But yeah.
So we were very careful with that. But
that's really cool that they still had access and kept their relationship up, though. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, we really tried because we didn't want anything. These two are so good together. We really didn't want any negative things happening.
Right.
While you can come down here, Marie. Just push him out the way.
Marie, come here. Come here, Marie.
She's like, no.
Come here. You'll come down for apples. I know you. I'm just meeting you, but I already know you. Hey, guys. Oh, yep. There's the thing.
Yep. And the sounds. All the sounds of the chewins. All right, so I'm going to have, before we run out of all of our food.
Yes. Sorry, I'm in
that's okay.
full on.
Since you've never seen
this, this as a can. I didn't know if you were
going to need this.
I don't know if
I'm going to need that.
I'm going to put it down.
You two are flipping adorable together.
They are amazing. So they have such a good relationship, and they have such a good relationship with their keepers too. Like any keeper, as you can tell, because they're obviously so upset that there are three of us here right now.
They're really struggling.
Yes, Marie knows what's about to happen.
She's really excited.
She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna paint."
Jacob, please don't do that. You're being very rude right now. Yeah,
Jacob.
All right. So you gotta actually hold the canvas under her.
Under her? Okay.
Under her. Excuse me, sir. Can you get out of there? That is my chest. You are grabbing. Let go.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'll put some video up of this, but as I mentioned, Marie is holding a paintbrush with an apple in the end of it, which helps her to move it along the length of the canvas, and thus, by using her pseudo thumb on the back of it and her 5 paws on the front and moving along to eat the apple, Marie manages to actually paint using a paintbrush. It is incredible.
Sometimes we have to help them a little.
Of course.
We do the paintings. Obviously, keepers obviously love having animal paintings. I actually don't have a painting for either of these guys.
Wow.
Which is unfortunate, but that's okay. But we use it for auctions.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we do an auction almost every year called Art Gone Wild, and Marie is definitely a favorite artiste.
That's adorable and amazing.
Sometimes she needs a little help.
Of course.
We've got some very artistic zookeepers who are a little better at this than I am. But we're getting some brush strokes.
No, yeah, this is awesome.
Important.
And I have some really cute pictures of her holding a brush. So,
That's cute.
I mean, it's the pictures that tell the picture. Let's be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
I love my animal art, though. I have a bunch from different animals that I've gotten to know and love, and it makes me really happy. Don't
be rude. You are very grabby
I don't have
today,
anything
sir.
in my hands for you, sweetheart. I know. I don't have. Yes, no, that's just paint in my fingers.
So Marie definitely is more has better manners than my sir over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of that's just because she's just a more relaxed panda.
Hand juice.
Yeah.
Stuff. Maybe you want to do a video.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I tried to do both
that's fine.
jobs.
No worries,
and it
no
wasn't
worries.
rude.
All right.
Did you see him? Jacob. Do we want to try to have him participate in this, or
Yeah, we
just
can
do it
totally
Marie?
see if
Jacob
wants to.
Jacob, here, will you hold us?
Oh my gosh, you are so
guys.
cute. You are so cute, bud.
Good job. A lot of times they will move the brush on their own. You just have to be patient enough. That usually takes 3 or 4 sessions.
Right.
And it can be quite a time-consuming process. All right.
Okay, we'll do you, Marie. We'll get you some more.
We're out of the good.
Okay.
We're good out of the good pieces. But if you want to give them the rest of their dinner,
Sure,
breakfast,
absolutely.
whatever this is,
All I got,
lunch.
kiddo.
Is it lunchtime, sir?
She's like, nope, I won't take that brush. I tried.
I'll take that
Here
out of the way.
is
Thank
this.
Try to trade you all of our accoutrements. No, sir, you are done.
Sir.
As I have a very interesting habit of calling all my animals sir and ma'am.
I have actually, that is not uncommon, and I don't hate it. It's very cute. I think it's just important to respect them.
It is.
Yeah.
And these guys are very
Hi,
respectable.
I respect you. You're ridiculous.
I mean,
Hi,
how can you
beautiful.
not respect it? I don't have
Hi,
to do that
beautiful.
all.
Don't worry, bud. They're coming. They're coming. There you go. You got it. You got it. Oh, good boy.
So
Marie.
Marie is very sweet, obviously.
And
You can
because
tell
you have
she's
been patient,
a
I'll give
lot
you the
more
last
relaxed.
piece.
And do not grab. Yes, I'm watching you. Don't be rude.
There you go. That's it. All done, guys. All done. See?
I don't have anything, Jacob. I know. I'm wearing the glove. It's confusing to you, and I know that.
I'm going to grab you
I'm
your
not
bamboo.
actually here.
Oh, so back to your bamboo question. Sorry. So because bamboo does grow, wow, attention span of a flame.
I mean, we are distracted. When you just said back to your bamboo question, I was like, what is she talking about?
Oh, yeah, we were talking about bamboo.
Wait, we're doing an interview?
What's going on? I'm going to grab the bamboo and put it out for them, and we can hang out here with them if you want.
I do.
So our bamboo comes from our neighbor's property. So there are quite a few. There's actually somebody in Wareham, which is a town a couple miles away, that is, I want to say she's like head of like the Bamboo Society or something.
Okay.
So she has acres and acres of a variety of different bamboo.
That's amazing.
That she'll donate to us. She'll cut it and call us, and we'll go and pick it up. The other thing that we can do, because it does grow so invasively,
Yes.
a lot of people get really upset that it's taking over their entire yards.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be like, hey, you got things that eat it, do you want it? And so long as they don't use pesticides or fertilizers or
Right.
anything like that, we can take it. And this is actually fresh cut from my neighbor's yard this morning.
Oh, that's so cool.
So
That's so cool.
we are really lucky in that we do have it, but they are very particular. There are certain species that they will eat, and there's some that they won't.
Have you found any rhyme or reason to why that is? Or is it just they like, one and not the other?
They definitely won't eat it if it's wilted.
Okay, well, yeah. Neither would I. Come on.
Right? So if it's even slightly wilted, they'll be like, nope, this is not real food. So they are very particular in that, which is really annoying sometimes.
Fair.
Because it goes bad pretty quick. So
No,
we have to keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
In a barrel of water. The other thing that we noticed is it depends on the time of year, and it depends on, like, these guys really like the young, fresh leaves
Okay.
of the new growing stuff, and they do love their shoots. So because we do have so many properties that we can go choose from, a lot of times we can get fresh bamboo shoots during
Nice.
the beginning of the breeding season.
Oh, that's exciting.
Growing season,
Okay.
not breeding
Right,
season.
right.
And they love it. So they will nom on those for hours, and they will not eat the real bamboo, the leaves.
That's fair.
Because
That's
they're
fair.
like, this is
Fresh
concentrated-
shoots are, that's a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
It's concentrated deliciousness for them. So they love it. But we do grow it here on site as well as a supplement, just in case we need to give them more,
Of course. Yeah, it makes sense.
or we can't get out to one of our sites or whatever. And we have, 5 different varieties, and we've tried almost all of them. They don't like the really big leafed ones. Like, sometimes they'll eat it, and sometimes they just make faces at you.
Okay. That's fair.
These guys are really expressive. I'm sure you've noticed that with all red pandas, but they tell you when they are not approving
Oh, yeah.
of what you want. Like, they're very simple creatures who have no filter.
I've never been in with the red panda and felt that I didn't know what the red panda was feeling. And I know we all have the tendency to anthropomorphize a little bit, but from learning so much with so many of them, I think I'm pretty locked into what's going on because, like you said, they are just, exactly what they're thinking.
No.
Because they let you know.
They do. They have no shame in telling you that you're not feeding them fast enough, or you're not feeding them the right thing, or you're too close, you move too fast. I brought a bucket of mulch in here once, and Jacob got so mad at me. And he attacked the bucket, and I was laughing because I'm like, it's a bucket. And then he was so upset that it was just dirt. Like, he was like, this is boring, and walked away all like huffy, like, I did that on purpose. I knew it was that. I knew you were going to disappoint me.
That's hilarious.
Well, these guys have a ridiculous amount of personality, and it definitely makes them one of the favorites for anybody who gets to work with them. And there are a couple of us. I'm not the only one, although I do monopolize them. I won't lie.
That's fair.
Totally do.
And I pretend that I work with them, although I have absolutely no affiliation with working with any of the animals, as much as I like to pretend that I'm a red panda keeper. Steph is a really good sport and lets me in here. And
we get to sneak you in.
I sneak in. We do a lot of, obviously they're very popular for donor tours. So we get a lot of donor requests to come in and feed the red pandas. So Steph and I do this a lot together. They
you also have a better phone than I do.
I have a better phone for photos. That's true.
I mean, and that stuff matters. Getting good pics out there, getting this stuff all matters.
Yeah, all the social media content that Steph and I have done with these guys. It's pretty fun, and I'm pretty enamored of them myself. So I share everybody's passion while I do not ever take care of them. Let's not pretend that I'm doing any of the hard work. I'm just reaping the benefits of how cute they are.
Yes, all the benefits, none of the poop scooping.
Exactly.
It's a good way to do it. Yeah, yeah. As a podcaster, this is exactly what I do. I go around the country, I meet cool animals, I get to feed a lot of them, and then I leave.
Totally cheating.
Totally cheating.
It is. Yeah, I'm aware.
But really, I have to say, scoop and poop really isn't that bad.
Fair.
Like, as part of the job, I mean, I would totally rather scoop poop than some of the other things that happen. Yeah. And I would totally rather work with pandas than primates. Primates are...
Fair. I can understand that. Yeah, definitely.
It's time now, don't you know? We've come to the end of the show. But there's one tale left to go. You're gonna laugh and say, oh no. It's time for the Rossifari poop story.
I got some gross ones, but the worst one by far, and it was terrible because my brother even saw it happen, which was... I haven't lived that down yet. I was walking and one of our possums around on my shoulders. She got a little nervous. Explosive diarrhea. It went through every layer of clothing I had, all the way down to my shoes. All the way down. Everything. And I held it together. And I walked and I grabbed the first raincoat I could find and stripped down and went home. And then I came back.
Nice. Very, very impressive. Possum poop. Oof.
Yeah. Possum diarrhea.
Yeah, well, right.
Angry diarrhea.
Important, yes. Need to clarify.
Oh, what a good girl, Mama.
Aw, you can give me the best pictures. This always happens. I came expecting, and I don't know why I was expecting this, but I came here expecting to bond with Jacob. Because I think I've seen a little bit more of Jacob and stuff.
Jacob definitely gets more of the social media.
He's our star. Between him and Kodo, I mean, Jacob is extremely photogenic. Kodo is as well.
Yes.
But Marie steals your heart.
But Marie's just hanging out with us. Like Jacob's off doing his thing. Marie's been hanging out this whole time. She is being adorable. She's giving me all the good pictures. Marie totally came in and stole my heart. I was excited to meet both, of course. But I had my preconceptions, and no, I was wrong. Marie is my star here.
She is definitely
Jacob,
underrated.
You're great. Don't get me wrong. You're great.
No.
See, he doesn't even care. I'm saying this, and he's like,
I
eat more bamboo. It's cool. I'm not even looking at you, dude.
He knows how perfect he is.
Yeah,
he does.
That's fair.
And Marie is she's just a sweetheart. Like, that is the best way to describe her. She is a sweetheart.
Yes.
And totally anthropomorphizing there. My behavior students would be very upset with me right now. But she is absolutely fantastic and really does just chill. She relaxes and she doesn't care. Jacob's just a little more photogenic because he's more food motivated, so he gets more of the stardom, and it's
not
fair to her, honestly. Because if people knew her a little bit better, they would love her as much as we do.
Well, all of my listeners are going to hear all this, and we'll now be appreciating her more.
That's fantastic.
She deserves.
They can look her up on Panda Finder.
Oh yeah.
She deserves a Marie Appreciation podcast and I give her a bad rap too, because when I bring in donors to meet them, I usually say, when Kodo was here, I would say Jacob and Kodo will almost always participate. They're very food motivated. You will definitely get to meet them. Marie might join us.
Right.
Yes.
So I think anytime that Marie does come and participate, it's always a nice surprise for people because I usually am pre-warning them that maybe she won't. So maybe I'm the one giving her the bad rap.
No, I mean, it's because she doesn't always join.
I was going to say, it makes it that much more special when they do, though. I love hearing those stories. Like the fact that she's been hanging with us this whole time, and now that I know that she's not always into that, I'm like, yeah, Marie likes me. Again, totally anthropomorphizing, but I don't care in this case because I've had experiences where I know like pandas who literally don't like men and stuff like that, who will interact with me.
It happens with a lot of different species.
Yeah. And so because of that, I'm like, okay, there is this like special thing, and that makes it extra cool.
Yeah. So she's your soulmate because you guys are your fall people.
Yeah, very much so.
And she doesn't, usually in those hot weathers, usually when I anticipate she's not going to be part of a situation.
Yeah.
But this is the right temperature for her.
This is the perfect
sweater weather. She's happy.
Yeah. Very cool.
She's also lost a little bit of her winter weight from last year, finally.
Nice.
She got a little
I need to start doing
extra
that.
round.
I need to start doing that. Maybe we really are
Any of us who have
soulmates.
had babies understand that sometimes it's a little challenging. The first year as a mom is rough. So sometimes you have a little extra time to drop that pregnancy weight. It's okay, Marie. I got you.
Awesome. Anything else you want to say about these Scoobs before we wrap this up?
I love them.
Perfect. End it there. Perfect.
Like, they're just amazing. They're the best species. Like, I didn't think that I was going to fall in love with them. And I was like, when we first got red pandas, I was like, oh, we're getting red pandas. They're so stereotypical. Everybody has them at zoos. Like, everybody loves red pandas. And then I was like, no, I need to work with them.
Yeah. And then that's why. And then you're like, oh, this is why everyone loves them. Because they're amazing. Yeah.
They definitely changed a lot of my career focus.
That's really awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you both. This has been amazing.
Sure. Absolutely.
All right, y'all. So make sure that you are following along at Rossifari on Instagram, Facebook, at Rossifari Pod on TikTok, because there are going to be photos and hopefully some video soon of some of this experience that will give you a little more of a visual idea of what this all looked like. But yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. I think I like Buttonwood Park Zoo. I think that is the moral of the story. Now, I have a few more episodes from Buttonwood Park Zoo that are going to be coming your way, but I'm probably going to mix it up a little bit and spread them out. I know some people have told me that you don't love it when I do 3 or 4 episodes from the same facility, even though they are wildly different episodes. So I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. So we will be coming back to Buttonwood Park Zoo in the near future, but we'll put in a little break first. So make sure you're tuning in and listening and catching all of the Buttonwood and non-Buttonwood zoo excitement. So yeah, cool. I appreciate y'all being here. It is awesome seeing the growth that this podcast has had. And again, we're coming up on Thanksgiving. And what can I say? I'm very thankful that you are all here. Especially my patrons, and especially Laura Schenk, my Red Panda level patron. And remember, friends, the word credits backwards is Steiderk. The Rossifari podcast is produced, hosted, and engineered by John Rossi. Editing and fact-checking by John and Dr. Zoe Vesley Gross. Our theme song is Sevens by Nathan Burke, performed by Nathan and John. Interrupting John theme and additional voices by Taylor Isaac Gray. You can reach John directly on Instagram and Facebook at Rossifari or by email at rossifaripod@gmail.com. Rossifari is part of the Daydreamer Media Network. Now, stop listening to me and go visit a zoo.